Over the past couple of days, I've hit 12 green picks in a row and 4 straight winning slips. That's a 24x return on my investment, and even more when you factor in the profit boost promo I used. Now I'm not doing anything special here. Everything I do is accessible to you. I use the tools and follow a disciplined betting approach. Here's the thing. Value doesn't just appear out of thin air. The betting markets need to shift, or a prop site needs to post a bad line for value to exist. The good news is that when sports like the NBA news breaks, markets adjust, and sites like Prize Picks and Underdog lag behind. Let me give you an example. Jakob Poeltl's points plus rebounds plus assists line was set at 26.5 on Underdog, but DraftKings and BetOnline had it at 27.5, favoring the over. This means the over on 26.5 holds value. It's equivalent to a 148 bet or a prop with a 56.62% chance of hitting. If you tell me I can pick a prop based on my gut feeling or play one that mathematically has a 56.62% chance of hitting, I'm going with the second option every single time, and you should too. Let's look at the payouts on Underdog. They offer fixed payouts, meaning your payout remains the same regardless of whether you choose more or less on a prop. The key here is to look at the average odds per leg on a slip and the rate you need to hit your individual props at to stay profitable long term. For a 3-leg slip, we need to hit our individual props at a 54.9% hit rate. The Jakob Poeltl play from above had a 56.62% chance of hitting, making it mathematically favorable to play on every slip type except for a 2-man slip. Why? Because 56.62% is higher than the required hit rate. This is the easiest way to determine if a slip is plus EV. Are your true percentage odds to hit better than the required rate? If yes, play it. Here's another example of value I found using the Underdog optimizer that I use. It's a simple comparison between Underdog and Hot Streak for esports, but there are clear discrepancies between the two apps. What's interesting about esports is that these sites don't have sportsbooks to rely on, so they set their lines independently. When this happens, someone has to be first to market. Whether Underdog's line is too low or Hot Streak's is too high, there's value here because these plays will likely even out eventually. I monitored these plays throughout the day, and you can see how some of them moved. The takeaway is that being quick to the market can give you an edge, even in something like CS2 props. But the same thing applies to any of the other sports. When there's a lot of CS2 value, it can be overwhelming. There might be multiple props from the same player or team that can't always be used together on the same slip. I don't like being overwhelmed, so I use an AI slip generator for this. It automatically compiles the best overall slips with the greatest edge. While the examples above focused on Underdog, I can apply this process to other sites like Prize Picks, Beater, Dabble, and Fliff. This tool supports 16 different apps with real-time data that helps me find any edge I can. If there's no current value, I don't place any bets. If there is value, I secure it by entering the slip types that make the most sense at that time. That's how I win money consistently on Underdog Fantasy every month.